Joe Concha is a Fox News contributor, and he joins us now. Joe, you have been following the story, the coverage of it. What do you think? Where's it going?
Well, does P Diddy increasingly look more and more like Jeffrey Epstein at this point? Because so many people are coming forward now, like one of his former bodyguards or his ex-girlfriend. And you see the avalanche start to happen because no one fears talking about what may have happened at this mansion during these parties, as far as sex trafficking, as far as rape, as far as all these horrible allegations against P Diddy. And he deserves due process. That's certainly for sure. But now one of his former bodyguards is coming forward and saying, yeah, there are tapes, undoubtedly, of not just celebrities, A-list celebrities, but politicians and princes and priests that may have been at these freak-off parties. Now, that doesn't indict them necessarily. Maybe they're just there for a party. But if these other things were going on, it just makes you wonder who knew what and what exactly happened. This isn't going away. He can go for all the bike rides that he wants. Yeah. But this is going to be a story, particularly for TMZ, for many, many months.
Well, to your point, Joe, there are reports that, and again, speculation at this point. Yeah. We have to mention that they are reports, but allegedly Diddy had cameras where he would film these individuals in various states of compromising behavior to have as blackmail, compromat, as we always talked about when it came to Russia. But you also raised the key point. Is this going to be Epstein level, Weinstein level, or is the media just going to let it subside? And I think that's what we need to watch out for going forward. Hopefully
it's not Epstein level, because then that means P. Diddy's in prison, and then suddenly all the cameras go out, and then there's no more P. Diddy. So if people are compromised here, powerful people, then you have to wonder what they're thinking right now. You know what? Sometimes we have to be definitive in cable news. We don't know what we don't know.
We do not know what we don't know.
Right.
Well, there is also this piece that we want to talk to you about, Axios piece about Donald Trump's Spotify playlist. Yeah. It's titled Behind the Curtain, How Trump's Mind Works. Trump spinning through his golden oldies provides a telling lens into his style on much bigger stages. It captures his obsession with a few familiar hits, controlling the volume, never changing. So according to this piece, Trump controls the music at Mar-a-Lago, at his Bedminster golf club as well. It's his job alone. He likes a few particular songs, and it compares how he talks about a few similar things on the campaign trail over and over again. Some of the songs that he likes: Nothing Compares to You, Sinead O'Connor; Enter Sandman, Metallica; loves the Phantom of the Opera, Elvis, Frank Sinatra, Elton John. The article has been panned largely on social media. A lot of people say it's because it's making Trump seem relatable. What do you think about this?
Yeah, when you make the argument that most of the media is broken, and if you were teaching a class, this would be on the top of the syllabus right now. Who cares that Donald Trump likes to control his music? I don't know if you guys knew this, but when the yearbook came out my senior year, on the back, there is the accolades, you know, most likely to succeed or best looking. I got runner-up best party host. Wow. All right? And Mark Donnelly, if you're out there, you had a very, very big advantage because your parents let you have parties while they were home. The point is that I enjoy hosting even to this day. And the biggest aspect of that is the music. And I am just as obsessed in terms of what is played in my backyard barbecues, which you guys will be invited to this summer, as Trump is. I was very happy to see that he had Guns N' Roses' November Rain on that playlist, because that was the anthem of my college years at Maryland. So I'd like to see a similar playlist for Joe Biden. He'll be in Delaware again this weekend. I want to see what's on there. I mean, it's going to be My Way by Sinatra. We're going to see Working for the Weekend by Loverboy. Don't You Forget About Me from the Breakfast Club soundtrack. I mean, what is on the Biden soundtrack?
I know what it is. Corn Pop Do, like Corn Pop Do. Corn Pop,
is that an actual song?
Pop Do. Yeah, no, I don't know.
Obama releases his Spotify playlist twice a year. Yeah. It is a highly anticipated event. Doesn't get this kind of credit.
Biden, it's your serve. Release your list.
Thanks, Joe. Have a great weekend.
Your tennis match is over.
I'm Steve Doocy.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.